right, and we are going live with the pre-show. All right, and we are live with the pre-show.
I love being live.
Love it live.
And today's a kind of a special day too because QE2 kicked the bucket. May she rest in peace.
Yes.
That's the thing, is like I don't want to sound insensitive.
Nope.
Like, this was a woman that a lot of people admired, and my views on her, okay, whatever. But she did die, and that's unfortunate. But it is a big deal, throughout for world politics and all these other things. Like, what are they going to do? What's Charles going to do? Like, what's his views on, I mean, you probably know better than me. It could be worse.
It could be a lot worse. But we're going to talk about that during this edition of SilverPros. So we'll cover it. We're going to talk about how it relates to coinage.
I did see the New Zealand Mint put out a statement that they're going to be making some changes to their coins. They didn't give a lot of details, but and I did see there was a Platinum Jubilee coin released, I think today, for like the 70 years for Queen Elizabeth.
Don't they have, though, a bunch of other coins? I mean, the Queen's Beast had another series coming, right? We had...
the Tudor, yeah.
The Tudor, yeah. So, I mean, they're still going to be releasing it, most likely. It's just, when will they start? When will we start seeing the king on the coins, right? That King Charles III, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I mean... he's no young buck. I mean,
what is he, 71?
He's in his 70s.
Yeah, he's in his 70s.
So who knows how long he'll be king for. But I mean, he's got long, his genes, longevity.
We were talking about it before the pre-show too. We were like, how many are we going to see? And I'm like, that may be the last queen I ever live to see.
I think it will be.
I think it will, yeah. Wow.
But anyway.
Years. All right, so we're gonna, let's see. We should probably we'll do a warm up for the Wheel of Names. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do a sticker giveaway, and the actual topic today, government silver confiscation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great topic. It really is. There's so much to talk about. I mean, they have done it before.
I know.
Regardless of why they did it.
I know.
Could they? Would they? And we have a little bit different opinions on this too, so it'll be interesting to see, what everyone else thinks about this topic.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to cover some things. I honestly don't think most people know that there was a executive order for a silver confiscation the year after the gold confiscation executive order came out.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really apply to like us stackers.
Mm-hmm. But I don't even think that people knew it existed, that it even touched silver, that they even contemplated touching it. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and also the hoarders of silver is hilarious to me. I mean, they don't even have the courtesy to call him a silver stacker. You hoarder! How dare you?
Yeah, that was funny. I have a picture of the actual document too, and it's like big bold letters: "Hoarders of silver."
It's so funny. Illegal. You're going to jail. So was the punishment the same?
Yes, it was exactly the same.
Wow. And I know that there were some people that they did throw in jail just to kind of make make like a public spectacle of them and kind of scare off other people into trying to follow the rules.
Symbolic arrests. Yes.
There was a few. But I don't feel like the average Joe was worried about going to jail.
No, I'm sure they weren't. But it's interesting to speak with people that from that era, like my grandparents and even my dad. I talked with him. He's turning 90 at the end of this year, and he remembers the fear around that, how gold was taken away, how he's just worried that could happen again, Yankee. He was talking to me about it, and we went through it. My arguments that I don't think it is likely, and why. But there's that fear, right? Because they lived through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
And it was different time too. You
Yeah.
know, everything's different now. So
All right, so we are now live. This is no longer the pre-show. We just kind of slid right into it.
wow,
I know, right?
we're here.
We're
We're
here,
doing
yes. And welcome everyone to SilverPros, sponsored by SD Bullion. I'm your host, Yankee Stacking, and I got my wonderful longtime co-host, Silver Dragons, with me. How you doing, man?
What's up? Happy to be here. Excited for the show. This is going to be a great one.
We are cranking through season 4, right?
Yes. We're on episode 7.
7, that's right. Yeah.
But it's just flown by.
Yep, and we're going to tackle that topic of precious metals confiscation. But before we do it, just a couple warm-ups here. One thing is we're going to do a little a video clip in the middle where we'll be talking about confiscation. We're not going to take Q&A at that point, but afterwards we'll take a Q&A. We're also going to talk about the news that broke today about Queen Elizabeth II and her passing. So we're going to talk about that, how it relates to coinage, what may be coming, some speculation. It's all going to be speculation. We don't know much yet, but there's a lot to talk about there. So we'll take questions around that. Just want to say thank you, all of you in here, for joining SilverPros. If it's your first time watching a SilverPros, welcome, especially to you. Please put a 1 in the chat so we can see our first timers.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we're going to do a giveaway, right?
Oh, yeah, we got a good giveaway. It is the Freedom Round from SD Bullion. I should probably bring that up. What do you think?
Yeah, let's show them what they're going to win. So usually we save the giveaway for the sort of the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We go for usually about an hour. But yeah, it's a great giveaway. Free 1 ounce silver. It's going to someone in the chat, so stick around.
Yep. SD Bullion's Freedom Round. That's coming your way. If you stick around to the end, you got to be on the live chat in order to be able to win that. And boy, we do have some first timers. Look at all those ones.
Wow, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Special
thanks to all my members out there. Kilroy was here, Priscilla Rose, Lewis, great to see you, and Margot Clark. We got some great members in the chat right now. If you are a member, please feel free to throw some emojis up. It's always fun to see you do that. And what else? What else do we need to explain before we get rolling on this thing?
Well, I mean, if we are going to do a test giveaway, I don't know if you want to save that for later, or you want.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good. See, we got to warm people up. They got to understand how we do.
They need to know how it works.
Exactly. So let me pop out the chat. This is going to be via the Wheel of Names, and all you got to do to enter to win one of these SilverPros stickers is to put something in the chat. All right, doesn't matter what it is, just stick it in there. Watch out for a lot of symbols. Sometimes YouTube just blocks it for some reason in the chat.
Yeah, don't put any links in the chat. Don't put anything crazy or weird or offensive. Just say like hi, and then it'll capture your name, and that's how you're going to enter the giveaway at the end of the stream for the free silver. So this is kind of a little warm up.
Yeah, I think that's important. We need to know so nobody's like, so how do I do this? What do I do? This is how you do it, right? And the only way you can get one of these stickers is by winning. Isn't that right, SD? Yep. Is that still the case, or did you give away stickers without winning? Yeah, I think you did.
I gave one. It wasn't during a SilverPros, but it was a giveaway.
Okay.
One.
All right. That's fine.
But you were in the chat.
I was. It's all good. And Cornelius DeYoung, thank you for the 10 spot. Awesome duo. Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
This is our 4th year doing this, guys. So we are loving this collaboration. Really enjoy it a lot.
I can't believe it's been 4 years.
I know.
I mean, that just seems, it's insane.
It really is, man. It's incredible. And we usually have like 300 plus people in the chat too. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. I see names coming in there. I'm not going to wait too long for this one because we got to get going on our topic.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. And I really wanted to get to the live Q&A and, get everyone else's input on what's going on today and with silver and all that stuff.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people curious about what this means to, the effigy on our a lot of coins. There are a lot of mints that use her profile, so it's going to really change a lot of coins.
It's got to be the most prolific obverse in the history of the world.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Look at all
go
back to like Roman times. Like there has to be there's no one else who's been on as many coins as she has. By an insane margin.
I agree.
Someone should try and tally it up, but I mean, it's billion. It might even be trillions.
That is
of coins.
Crazy.
I mean, think about it. They didn't even have like bullion really until the, 70s or whenever the Krugrands came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she wasn't on those. But all the other countries, I mean, it's just insane.
All right, I'm gonna shuffle this up and spin it, and this will be for one of the SilverPros stickers.
Free sticker here out the gate.
Again,
Please don't land on me.
Warm up for that 1 ounce silver at the end of the live stream.
Exactly.
Long,
just so we know.
Jennifer, Zach, Polly, Chris. I don't think Chris is gonna hang on to it.
Invader Bob, I think.
I think he's gonna steal it from Chris. Yep.
And
there it is.
Oh, it wasn't super loud. Nice.
Woo, not at all. It wasn't? I thought that was wicked loud. Maybe it...
Well, for you, did the chat hear it? I didn't even hear it at all. Did the chat hear it?
Oh, it probably blew the eardrums out. So that woke everybody up, I'm sure.
Well, just if you have your computer audio on or not, I don't know if the chat heard it. Congratulations. Oh, very loud. Okay, so it did crucify the chat.
I know I do that to wake them all up. All right, here we go. So Invader Bob, email me at yankeestacking@gmail.com and I will get that sticker out to you. I didn't hear anything.
It's so loud, I'm blind now. Oh my goodness.
Call to arms.
The chat just left.
That's it. We're done. Thunderous.
Shut it down. No.
Yeah, slow carb girl. Yeah, wicked. Spoken like a Yankee. I know. So that was wicked awesome. All right. Okay. So we're going to kick into this conversation. You may hear a little sort of like an intro again. Don't go anywhere. We're just going to clip this, record it for a future video so people that can't make the live stream can hear this discussion.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then we're also going to go ahead and do the live Q&A after this segment. So if you have any questions and you put them in the chat, we're not going to be looking at your questions right now, but give us, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or I don't know, 10 minutes.
Right.
And we will announce, okay, now we're doing the live Q&A. So save all your questions for then, and then we'll do the giveaway at the end. So hang out. It's going to be a fun night.
Yes, it will. All right, let's get going.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to SilverPros, sponsored by SD Bullion. I'm your host, Yankee, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Silver Dragons.
What's up? I'm doing great. Super stoked for this topic, government silver confiscation, right?
I know, yeah. We're going to tackle a interesting topic. It's not just silver. It was also gold, precious metals confiscation. In fact, a lot of people might not know about the silver confiscation that occurred back in 1934, but we're going to cover all that. And we're going to talk about, the likelihood of it happening again now in the, 21st century. And, just what to do about it.
And one little distinction I do want to make is that a lot of people know back in 1933 when the government went ahead and confiscated the gold, they did pay people for the gold. So right. Some people will argue, okay, it was actually nationalized, right? Because if they did just straight up confiscate the gold, they would not have taken or given out payment for it, rather. So
they would have just taken it, right?
They would have just taken it, right? Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that people believe that. I know I've talked to some saying, well, didn't they go and break down doors and take your gold? And no,
it wasn't like that.
They didn't do that. No, it was voluntary, but it was punishable. So it was an executive order. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt back in 1933 passed Executive Order 6102 first to, basically bar citizens from owning more than $100 in gold coins. That's roughly 3 ounces of gold after they devalued it. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but that's what they were allowed to. Yeah.
So at that time, $100 in gold would have been, when they initially passed it, it would have been 5 of the double eagles, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been around 5 ounces, a little bit less. But then after the devaluation, you're saying it would have only been around 3 ounces, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I know it is. And they were told that they had to bring the gold back to a bank, turn it in. They would get paid. And
but there were some exceptions.
Yeah, it wasn't all gold. I mean, rare gold collector coins were exempt. Gold jewelry. What else?
Dentistry was another exception.
Yes. Gold dentistry. Yep.
But for the most part, pretty much everyone was supposed to turn their gold in, and the punishment was pretty intense, right?
$10,000 fine, and that's like $500,000 in today's dollars. I mean, that's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, and then also up to 10 years imprisonment.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't actually do that to many people, right?
Yeah, I mean, there might have been a few people they were trying to, put on a show and, lock up 1 or 2 people just to be like, hey, you better turn in your gold. Right. But yeah, no, they really weren't throwing a lot of people in jail. But like I said before, they did pay people for the gold. And so the payment was, what was it, $20.67 or something per ounce?
That's right. And it was a ripoff. I mean, they were stealing people's gold even by paying them that much, I think. This is my personal opinion. I think it was highway robbery by the government. Even though they paid them, because the next year it was $35 an ounce, and it just went up from there.
Isn't that weird, though, that back then, because the dollar was tied to gold, they could literally set the price for gold in dollars. They could pick whatever they wanted.
That's true.
I mean, it's true. It's so much different than today when it's traded in, what we think is a free market. Same with silver.
Yes, supply and demand, right.
Exactly. The government doesn't just say this is the price for gold, this is the price for silver, but they did that back then.
And it really boils down to the reason why they did it in the first place. Remember, in 1933, they were in the midst of huge deflationary depression, okay? And gold was tied to the currency. So the only way they had at that point, or at least they thought that was the only thing they could do, is we got to devalue the dollar, create inflation, and get out of this mess. So that's the impetus. That's why they did that gold confiscation.
So that's a really interesting point. I mean, basically, they wanted to cause inflation, which is what everyone is worried about right now. Oh my goodness, inflation is out of control. But they didn't really have a lot of ways of causing inflation because they couldn't just print money like they do today. It wasn't a fiat system. So they needed more gold so that they could devalue the dollar, cause inflation, and get them out of the depression. It's so crazy.
Well, let's not forget, too, it was also to spend money on social programs. They wanted to federal government spend, right? So that's why.
And the same today.
Yeah, right. Okay. And, that was the whole, motive behind it. And guess what, SD? It worked. It worked big time. By 1951, the dollar's value had declined almost 70%. I don't know if you've ever seen those charts of the dollar and how it's declined. You look at the time back then, it just went whoosh right down. So yeah, that's gold.
Okay, so the gold happened, and then it was the very next year that they did silver, correct?
That is correct, 1934. Yep.
So walk me through what was the rules around silver. How much did they take? All that kind of stuff.
Well, it wasn't the same as the gold. So basically, they told all the citizens and companies that owned less than 50,000 ounces of silver that, don't worry about it, you don't have to turn in your silver, okay? But those with more than that, they had to.
So you'd have to have been a heavy stacker. And the other thing, too, is like silver back then, it was in silverware. They used it for candlesticks and, serving trays and whatever. It wasn't like people had these bars of silver. I mean, maybe they did. I'm sure some individuals did. But probably, to get over 50,000 ounces, that's insane.
Yeah, they were after the big boys, SD. The big bullion owners, the COMEX silver traders. They even put together a list of of people and companies that they thought had more than 50,000 ounces. Guess what they called them? Hoarders of silver. That was the name of the document too. It's funny. Yeah, hoarders of silver.
I would love to be on that document. I mean, that is if you could get to that status where the government is saying this person is a hoarder of silver, I would wear that like a badge of honor.
Yep, it was before the name Stacker, but yeah, absolutely, they were on the list, right?
Right, and so they got all of the silver, and they wanted it for a different reason than they wanted the gold. Right?
They got over 100 million ounces of silver, and they had 90 days to bring it in. So it was kind of get it in there. But yeah, it's the biggest difference I think between the executive order for gold and the executive order for silver around the exceptions was that they didn't require you to bring in any circulating silver coins or foreign coins. So like the dime, the quarter, the $50, the silver dollar, all exempt.
Like all the Morgan dollars, all that stuff.
Yep.
So you could have had 100,000 ounces of silver in Morgan dollars, and you would not have had to turn them in.
Nope.
Interesting.
Nope. And also, this is also interesting too. So we mentioned jewelry, art as well. So your lovely silver art that you put together as silver dragons and pour, exempt. This is important too. It was not any semi-numismatic silver coins. It was the really rare collector coins. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah.
Ripples, baby. Come on. You don't got to turn it in.
Yeah, you don't have to turn it in 1934. Right. Okay. So anyways, there were some exemptions. They did pay them too. All right. 50 cents an ounce.
That's robbery.
No, well, actually, they made out better than the gold.
But still.
I know.
Think about it. A Morgan dollar is what, 0.71 of an ounce? I mean, so think if you put it in those terms, they only paid them 50 cents an ounce. I mean, they would have been better if they had, been able to convert it into a Morgan dollar. They would have got paid more.
True. I think, though, the biggest difference, though, is why they did it in the first place.
They just wanted to make more coins.
Exactly. They needed to mint more 90% silver coins for circulation. That was the reason.
So they took the gold because they wanted to make more dollars, and they took the silver because they wanted to make more coins. So they just wanted to expand the currency supply, really.
Bingo. That's it. That's the history. So the question really is, could it happen today? Should we be concerned? Should we not be too concerned? So we're going to cover those. So let's talk about why I think we should be concerned about it. Number one, this is the freaking government we're talking about. I don't trust them worth spit. They'll do anything they want. They will pass whatever law is in their best interest, not in the best interest of their citizenry. That's maybe my jaded opinion, but that's the way I feel. So I don't trust them.
And the thing is, too, people look at this and they say, okay, they've done it before, right?
I know,
so if they did it before, then I mean, they totally could do it again. Obviously, they could do it again, but do they have the motivation to do it again?
Here's not only that, they could do it again, and they don't necessarily have to follow the same rules either, SD.
Right.
Just because they excluded some stuff, and it's, you don't... See, I've even heard this as a fear tactic with high numismatic coins sometimes. Oh, they could be confiscated coming up, but they didn't confiscate the rare numismatic coins last time in gold, so you should spend a pile of extra money on this. No, that's fear-mongering.
That's a scam when they say that.
Yep. But, government, I think there's we have a threat to the dollar, right? We know what the government wants to do. I think with digital currency, I think there is something to be concerned about with our metals at some level.
So we're talking about reasons you should be concerned, right?
Right.
One thing we definitely should talk about are kind of the things that would fall into place where you'd start thinking, okay, now they might actually, try and confiscate the gold and the silver again. And so there's going to be things that take place, sort of warning, signs.
Signs. Yeah.
And the first one, well, we can get into it a little bit later, but the first one I think is going to be that they take away cash. Once they take away cash, then you're thinking, okay, what's next? So until that happens, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about it.
I'm breaking out in hives just by you saying that. But yes, they get rid of cash. Yeah. What's next? That is a concern. Now, there's a whole bunch of things I want to cover about what to do, how to be prepared, what to watch for. But first, I think it's important for us to just talk about why I really don't think we need to be overly concerned.
Okay. All right.
Number one, and we touched on it earlier, it's not relevant anymore, silver and gold, like it was to our government and to the general public. I mean,
yeah, that's the whole thing, right? That was our money. We had the bimetal system. Silver and gold were they were money, but they were also our currency.
Yeah, good point.
So that's the distinction, right? They still are money now, but they are not our currency.
So everybody back,
not linked to gold and silver.
So everybody back in 1933, if you stopped them on the street, they probably had a little bit of silver, maybe even some gold in their pocket.
Right.
Now, nobody has silver and gold. Really.
Exactly.
It's just not commonly available, and people are really not aware of the value of it like they were. And we did touch on this too. You could go into a bank with a silver certificate, right? And you could literally put that dollar down on the counter at the teller, and they would give you $1 worth of silver. It's amazing.
Right. Or gold too.
Or gold, gold certificates. It's incredible. And that was the problem, right? Not to belabor the point, but they could inflate because it was backed by precious metals, and we just saw it as a monetary metal. Now silver is largely seen as an industrial metal, right?
Exactly. So I mean, now they don't need gold, they don't need silver to inflate the dollar for whatever social programs they want to do, or we don't have to get into all the things they want to spend money on. But they don't need metals for that. They can literally just push a few buttons, on the computer screen, and boom, create more money. And so, the bottom line is they don't need the metals anymore for control. They don't need them. They have a new system now, and they're going to be focusing more on a digital currency. I mean, this is the opposite of metals, right? I mean, they're trying to get farther and farther away from metals.
Yep. That's true. It also brings us to the next point that I think is important, is that it's not practical to do a modern day confiscation. Can you just imagine the logistical nightmare of okay, everybody bringing it to what? The banks? Where are you bringing your silver? Where you do, local coin shop dealer?
The mint,
I mean, with
guess.
the mint? Am I going to go down to Philly and drop on myself?
And it's in everything now. It's not like back then where they didn't have, computers and solar panels and cell phones. All those things exist now. So what? I got to rip the solar panels off of my house and take them down to the mint? I mean, it's not going to happen.
It's not practical in that. How are they going to exclude specific areas that we rely on today that they didn't rely on back then in 1933? You mentioned a few, like solar panels and cell phones. And I think the last thing, too, is we're so insignificant, us stackers, when it comes to the general when it comes to the general population and the way governments view and people view money. I know. Let me finish that statement. We are very significant. But in the scheme of things, I think everybody would realize, I'm a stacker, and people don't even know what that is, or there is an insignificant amount of silver stackers in our country. For them to go after such a small demographic, to me, is just, again, not practical in my mind.
Yeah, and the last thing, it's not necessary, right? Like we talked about a few times before. They don't need the metals. Our metals used to be money and our currency. They're still money, but they're not our currency anymore. So they just don't need to do it.
They are going to steal our wealth. They want to steal our wealth. They do it indirectly through taxes, inflation. That's theft right there of our
Yep.
purchasing power.
That's the big tax.
That's the big one. But also other things. I mean, people look at, I have all this money in my IRA, and I it's a Roth IRA. I've already paid my taxes. They change laws all the time. What if they change that? What if they say, yeah, but, we're going to grandfather you in, but everybody else, you're going to have to pay twice or something. Or directly, what if they did a bank bail-in like they did in Cyprus back in 2013? Or our banks. Anyway.
Once they have a central bank digital currency in place, they have complete control of your bank account. They could pull all the money out of your account if they wanted to.
Your digital wealth is at risk, and I believe far sooner than anything related to metals. That is, I think, the biggest risk. I just think there's a lot of other things that we should be concerned about, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't prepare, right? We shouldn't think about what to do in this case. So what should we do, SD?
Well, don't broadcast that you have precious metals. Don't make YouTube videos about all your gold and silver. Oh, wait a minute. That's what we do.
Hold on. Do it anonymously if you have to.
Yeah, don't show your face and those things. But yeah, I mean, don't broadcast it. Try and keep it as secret as you can. But let's talk about what would happen. Some of the signs that would be like, okay, maybe they are going to confiscate our gold and silver in the future. And let me be clear. The reason I think they would do it in the future is not the reason they did it in the past. They're not going to do it because they want to back the dollar by gold or silver, anything like that. The reason that they would do it, in my opinion, in the future would be because they don't want people making transactions that they can't see. They want to have eyes on every transaction, have full control, be able to tax everything. So people buying and selling things with cash, crypto, and metals, they could crack down on all three of those in the future. They absolutely could. I could see it happening. So the first thing we would see is obviously they would stop their bullion programs, right? They're not going to be selling gold eagles and silver eagles right before they confiscate them, correct?
That would be crazy, right? That's a good sign.
Yeah, and also, like I said before, they're gonna get rid of cash. So this is all down the road. This is after a central bank digital currency.
But they'd have to change laws too, right? I mean, we've got laws right now that say just for what the U.S. Mint is required to do by Congress, right?
Yep, you got to make enough eagles to fill demand. Not only do you have to make enough eagles to fill demand, you got to be making gold coins and things like that. So yeah, they would have to change those laws. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we need to just keep your eye on U.S. Mint, government policy changes, anything that just looks like, wait a minute, and you hit the nail on the head. First thing is first, cash. There's a war on cash going on, and CBDCs are going to be the first attack. It's going to come gradually. I have a video on the different stages that I think it's going to take to get there. But eventually, yeah. And I think crypto will also be attacked as well because it's going to be competitive, right? To a
and it would be, in my opinion, it would be that order. It would be cash first, then they go for cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. They block the on-ramps. They don't let people access it, and they would say, oh, we're worried about the mobsters and the mafia and money launderers. That's why we're trying to control. It's for your safety. It would be all this. It would be like they passed some law that's going to be like the, save the infant babies and it'll be some ridiculous law with some name, but it's really just going to be taking away your freedoms. And so after cash and crypto, then I think they would go for metals.
Is that when we read about a rash of boating accidents?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
No, we're not advocating that. You and I are not saying to break the law, but I do believe that it would be very difficult, SD, for them to pull this off.
Right. And yeah, I agree with you. I feel like you could just bury it in your backyard, not talk about it, whatever. And they would have to, really, to pull it off, they'd have to go door to door, and it'd be crazy, but I wouldn't put it past them.
No, I agree. I started off the whole thing by saying I don't trust the government one bit. So you're right. nothing is off the table with them. And that's why I think from a political standpoint, we need to be active, push for policies and laws that support sound money, that removes the tax burden from converting your fiat dollars to precious metals. I love Citizens for Sound Money, C4SM.org. Check them out. We need to be active about this too.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'd say for me, I'm not terribly worried about gold or silver confiscation. I would say there's going to be a lot of signs, a lot of warning signs before they ever try and do it. But, ultimately, I don't necessarily think it's going to happen. I'm not worried about it at all right now.
Right.
I'm much more worried about the government stealing my wealth in less obvious ways.
Absolutely. That's my bottom line, too. Be worried about what the government's doing with your other wealth, too. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. And, boy, that was fun. We'll see you the next time on SilverPros.
Stack like a pro.
All right, that's it, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is where we do our question and answers. Yeah, this is where we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff, and we have a giveaway at the end too. You're not going to want to miss out on. So, thanks for being here. All 507 of you. This is awesome.
Yeah, we cracked 500. Silver King Stacking said they'll probably shut down social media too.
Oh, there's a thought. Yeah, do you think our channels will be gone?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Lots of signs. What other signs? I'm curious in the chat if you could identify any other signs that would come before a confiscation.
There was, who is this? Chris Clement says they will not confiscate. They will pass laws outlawing bartering with silver. So
how do you enforce that?
Exactly.
Oh,
how could they
my
possibly?
word.
Especially within a small community. There's just no way that they could enforce it. But
and the
they
power
could still
grid.
pass the law.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to affect. I mean, silver is used in so many places, SD. I mean,
I know. It's not like they're going to take away your cell phone or whatever. But I mean, but if they pull you over and you got a bunch of silver dimes in your pocket, maybe that would give they would arrest you at that point.
Yeah, that happens all the time, right? Yeah, for barter, I guess.
I'm just saying.
I know.
If the law is in place, it's as bad as carrying around drugs. But, at that point, they wouldn't care about drugs.
Peter J says I'm number 11 on the FBI's most wanted. No. Be conscious, bro. They would come for the guns first.
Possibly. That's a whole nother can of worms.
MR Coin says the barter community is already growing. It is. I met somebody at Tim's this week that talked about his community and recorded it. It was fascinating. You're right. There is a barter community. Barter communities are growing all over the place.
Yeah, and Lewis says, no, the money first. I could see the money first.
Yep.
They try and block and ban any sort of transaction that's not with the authorized central bank digital currency. I'm not saying you're going to have like a chip in your wrist to purchase things or whatever, but it could get to that point somewhere down the road.
Ellie's like, Yankee, they will take all our meats, eggs, and milk. Oh, this is getting really bad.
Here's a good comment here from Luddy 2009. I don't know. Would customers of the Mint be targeted first? The Mint keeps their customer lists. Very possible.
Yes.
And I bought a lot of stuff from. I mean, they already know who I am.
They know
let's
who
be
I
real.
Yeah,
they know.
Well, what if they subpoena the bullion dealers?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
We are going down the rabbit hole here.
If they got warrants, I mean they're already reading all your emails.
That's why a lot of people do cash only. They just the cash transactions. I'll buy my silver, but only with currency. That's it.
Yep. I mean, if you're one of those people, then more power to you. I kind of doubt you're watching a bunch of YouTube videos about silver if that's you. But that's great. I mean, I wish there was more people like that. I think that's a great way to do it.
First thing they'll take will be the toilet paper. Might as well show your faces. Ray, Bar, come on, man. I'll take them to a safe house, Peter.
Yeah, I guess I did say it in the video portion, but the bottom line for me is I'm not worried about them coming for my silver and my gold until they come for my cash. If they come for my cash, now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Well, Ken Long says, what if they confiscate from banks and depositories? That has happened around the world. That is going to be, I think, something that they do before they come after a few metal stackers. That is something you really do need to be concerned about. It's one of the reasons why I don't leave all my cash in a public bank. I think it's risky to do that.
Very risky. They could go on a banking holiday. You cannot access any of it. You need something with no counterparty risk. Wow. You need wealth with no counterparty risk.
Amen,
Yankee.
Brother.
Did you hear me?
I heard you, bro.
Are you going to get the tattoo? No counterparty risk.
What makes you think I haven't already?
Well, I'm just saying, gold and silver, that's it. That's it. Everything else, there's risk.
Yep, I hear you.
Even cash. So
something else that you and I wanted to talk about today, especially today, was
please let's talk about this. Please, let's do it.
The death of the Queen Elizabeth II. God rest her soul. Rest in peace. No matter what you guys think in the chat about Elizabeth, she was the monarch for 70 years. And presided over a lot of change. And, people sometimes complain about what I put out here, the mug on the silver coins and gold coins. But that's been iconic across, 56 independent countries associated with the Commonwealth of Nations. I think there are 14 or so that are realms all over the place. It's everywhere. We have seen this coinage all my life, and I've lived a long time. It's incredible. What a change that's coming. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
As far as the Queen dying,
yep.
She was a mom, she was a grandma, I hope the best for the family, whatever.
Yep.
But I'm kind of excited to see a little bit of a change on some of these coins.
Me too.
Because it, like you mentioned, it's so many countries. And as far as like stacking bullion, she's on the Britannia, she's on the Maple, she's on the Kangaroo. Like, a lot of these bullion coins have the Queen on them, and they're going to change over to King Charles at some point. And that, it'll be a change. It'll be something different.
Yeah, King Charles III. That was the official name. He had a few names to choose from, but that's it. He became the king right when she died, without any ceremony. And it's going to affect a lot. Now, he's the head of the Commonwealth of Nations. I guess they used to call it the British Commonwealth. Like I said, 56 independent countries. But there's a lot of them that we have from mints, right? So you mentioned, Australia, the Perth Mint, Royal Canadian Mint, New Zealand, which also includes the Niue products.
All the Niue, the Royal Mint, obviously.
Yeah. Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, all these like semi-numismatics, all of them have that Queen on it. So it's going to be fascinating to see, I guess, King Charles III's profile. Now
you did mention the New Zealand Mint.
Yes.
And they put out a tweet today. Let me just read it to you.
Ooh, tell me.
So they said, we are saddened to hear about the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, a beloved mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and the longest reigning British monarch. She has adorned our coins for many years. There will be some changes to our coin release schedule as a result, so please bear with us. So I think if you want to know when Charles is going to be on the coins, that's a good place to look. The New Zealand Mint schedule of releases. So I'm not exactly sure where to find that. It's probably on the New Zealand Mint website. But I'm sure they'll have some sort of an announcement. And I'm sure, the Royal Mint and Royal Canadian Mint, if you follow them on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, they're going to put out announcements. And this is the thing I was talking to Yankee about before the show.
Yep. When
JFK was assassinated, that was on November 22nd of 1963. And in 1964, before
Yep.
he was on the $50. So don't think they can't have a real quick turnaround on this.
I think you're right. I think they could. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe had been working on dies for the mints. I don't know but here's the deal.
They'll scrap them.
Well, here's the deal. So you get King Charles III, right? Do they put, I don't know, in some of these coins, I'm not exactly sure what crown they put on. Some of them don't have a crown like this one right here, right? It's just her profile. But, would they wait until his coordination? Wait until...
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I just read this too. It's pretty cool. They have, I think it's called the St. Edward's Crown. And they have it in storage in the Tower of London. They pull it out for the crowning during the ceremonies. It's 5 pounds of solid gold, and they stick him on his head. And it's like, back, I think they made it back in 1600s. So it's old. Would they want that? Would they want some formal shot of him to get on the coin with the crown, or how would they do it? Is my question.
Well, I mean, they could just take a photo and someone
with
could.
It. Yeah, they could stick it on there. Yeah,
they could figure it out. I feel like but you're right. They might wait until it's official that he's king and all that stuff, because
not as long as they waited for Queen Elizabeth, though. They waited like 16 months for her. Before she
that ain't
gonna happen. No, it'll be fast.
No, it'll be a few months or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if the 2023s have his mug on them. And some people in the chat asked, are the Queen Elizabeth coins going to be worth more money? I actually got a few texts from other stackers, a few DMs.
Yep.
Hey, my Queen Elizabeth coins worth more. It's like, dude, she's on 1 billion coins. Probably.
I got those
billions.
too. I was getting emails and DMs. They were like, should I just relax? Okay. I mean, yes.
The most prolific obverse in the history of the world. Not going to be worth more.
Bonus. No, exactly.
It might be worth more this week or next week on eBay. There's going to be a hype. Sure, there's going to be a hype, but not long term.
Yeah, I think, and they've got more coming out with her, right? They've got the completer, what's the next Queen's Beast?
The Tudor.
The Tudor, beast. Yes, the Tudor. Thank you.
It's like the Tudor family. They're beasts. You know what I mean?
Right. So
I don't understand any of that stuff. But someone's into it.
Someone
in the chat's probably like, "How do you not know?"
I know.
Dude, I didn't watch Harry Potter. Whatever.
But her mug is going to be on coins for a while. Even new ones, I think, that we're going to see, right?
Yeah, Tutor, thank you. I don't even know how to say it. It's a family name, right? It's not Tudor.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I quite frankly, we need to be careful of what we wish for in terms of a change, because the guy they're sticking on the coins is going to... World Economic Forum, hello? He's a climate change nut. I mean... I'm not really hyped to have him on the coins, but
it's not exciting. It's not, I mean,
yeah.
It'll be a change. It'll be something new.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of special releases. Here's one thing I will say to the chat, because how many we got? Over 400 people here.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there's gonna be a lot of special coins released. The first coin with King Charles from the Royal Mint and limited mintage proof and all these things, and they're gonna have insane premiums. Will there be a coin here or there that is going to be an amazing flip? Probably.
Yes.
There'll probably be one here or there.
I agree.
But there's going to be so many that are flops. There's going to be so many coins that go down in value a year or 6 months or 2 years after they're released. So I would not go crazy.
Be careful. Good point.
Don't go for the crazy collectibles, or they say, "Oh, this is the last one with the queen," or they might even do a coin with both of them on it, right? The queen and the king.
Oh, of course, yes, absolutely.
And so I would just be careful.
It would be like a double profile, her behind him or something. He's in the front. And
right.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it. I'm looking at the chat too, and Emerald Coast Bullion says they will most certainly capitalize on her death. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
Oh
make money. They gonna make money.
yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But anyway, yeah. Any other
Yeah.
anything
Questions
you want to say it
actually.
or question from the chat?
I
Yeah.
think we'll open it up. If you want to ask either SD or I a question, all capitals. Throw all capitals in the chat. Like, does Yankee stacking even own any Britannias to go? Stanky stacking. Come on, bro.
That's like when my stream was lagging and everyone goes, "Oh, silver laggins."
I
It's
know.
like, come on, bro.
But that's a good point. Stanky, maybe I'll give away a Britannia on my next live stream. Ask Yankee.
Right.
Stick around.
There.
You might do it. I might do it. When will the next creature of the North come out, I believe? Yep.
I don't even know what that series is.
Uh-oh.
Do you know, Yankee?
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
I know.
I was going to say, if Yankee knows and I don't know, something's wrong.
That is very wrong. You're into more of the semi-numismatics than I am, even though I like a few of them. Creature of the North.
Be more specific, please. It might be a Germanium Mint coin they're talking about. Are you talking about the Wolf? When's that one supposed to come out?
It's from the Royal Canadian Mint. I'm bringing it up now. Looking at it.
Royal Canadian.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That
Creatures
series.
of the North. Werewolf? That one maybe? Or
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, from Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the werewolf. Who knows? Valerie, I see your chat. It's working.
Yeah, I think it was the werewolf. I'm looking. Yeah, this one. Right there. I think that's one of the creatures of the North, right?
So when's the 2022 one coming out? Who knows?
No idea.
It might be on the Royal Canadian Mint website.
There she is. She's on everything.
She's on everything. Everything. I know.
All right, what else we got? Yankee, you still upset about dragons beating you at filling that monster box? No, Bitbud, I did get over it after about, I think, a year and a half. Okay, so will King Charles' ears fit on the coin?
I've
Empress Kimberly.
He does have big ears. All right.
They'll just make his face really tiny.
Here's a question from Sanador Knight. Thoughts about local coins, probably local coin shops' ability to purchase all the physical assets if everyone decides to sell? Why is everyone selling all at once?
Really?
That's what I'm curious about. I don't think that's ever going to happen. There's always some people buying, some people selling, but if everyone was selling, that would mean the price should be going down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we all selling when the price is going down? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Nope, doesn't to me either. Richard Moo, question again. Pakistan has confiscated gold. Care to comment?
There's been a few countries.
Yes.
That it's not just Pakistan. There's been a few countries.
Over time, over many years, there were countries that would steal gold all the time.
Yeah, or request that the citizens sell their gold to the government. There's been quite a few news stories over the last decade or so, and it's not like obviously if the people do turn in their gold or sell it to the government, I think that's a bad idea as an individual. I would not recommend that.
I wonder how many
I
wonder how many Pakistanis too are transacting or bartering with gold and actually own it. For them to think, wow, we need to get a hold of this gold. I don't think it's because of some monetary policy change that they're doing in Pakistan.
No, they're just trying to get all the jewelry to give it to the central bank.
Right. People wear their wealth in other countries, and they put it in gold and silver. Will the coins with the queen be a collectible? They already are, to some degree. Yeah. I don't think it's going to change much, I guess.
It's not going to change.
Yeah.
If it's collectible now, it's not collectible because the queen's on it, and it won't be in the future.
Oh, really?
Anything that's collectible is just because not the obverse, it's the reverse, right?
Yep. When will inflation return to 2%? Ray Bar. It's possible it never does.
This coin right here. Do you think it's collectible because of this side, Boba Fett,
or that side?
What's the reason that this one's collectible? I'm going to give you 2 guesses, and the first one doesn't count.
I should do a poll. Are you how should I phrase this? Are you glad that no? Are you looking forward to a different? Are you looking forward to a different
obverse?
Do you want a different silver obverse?
Trent is asking, Dragons, will your dealer make videos regularly? I've done, I think, 5 videos with Dennis, but that's a good point. I need to go. He loves doing videos. I need to go make some more. I think, the more dealer videos, the better. It just gives another perspective, right?
Right.
So I'll have to try and get some more videos out with him. That's a great idea.
We'll do it this way.
When do you think the Federal Reserve will wage war against silver futures next? I don't know that it's the Federal Reserve waging war against silver futures. It's the COMEX. The banks. Yeah.
And the banks. Yes, it's the institutional banks, the big member banks.
Yep. That's who I think is doing it. What do you think of the price of silver will do tomorrow? What do you think? Up or down, Yankee?
Up.
Going up?
Up. Just a little.
Yeah, it went up today, so
I think we'll get a little trend.
There's no the FOMC meeting's 2 weeks out or a week out? We got time.
About 2 weeks, yep.
2 weeks out.
Governments ever confiscate silver to meet industry demands? Yeah, actually, Christopher Garland, that's a really good question. If we needed silver, I'm trying to think, what if war broke out? What if we absolutely needed silver for certain green initiatives? Could you picture the government potentially?
Well, kind of like how they needed nickel.
Exactly.
For the tanks or bullets or whatever.
Yes.
They took the nickel out of the nickels.
How about... or copper or something. If they needed some base metal as well, I can see them doing this.
I could see them going for all the pennies. Turn in your pennies. We need the copper. I could see it.
Can you imagine the banks? Oh my word, they're understaffed as it is. Can you imagine that poor teller what do we do with all these pennies?
I'm going to ask you about this one, Yankee. James Cheek says, what do you two think of Kinesis Gold and Silver? That's the it's a company that where you can buy little bits at a time. Is that right? Or is it digital? Do you know what that one is, Yankee? I forget. Kinesis Gold. It's like a website or an app.
Is it just gold too? Is it Kinesis Gold only? I'm not sure.
No, I think they do silver too. It's either digital or it's where you can buy little bits at a time.
I thought it was a vaulting service. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, that could be what it is.
Maybe I'm wrong on that. But
whichever one of those things it is, I say take ownership, no counterparty risk.
It's a gold back. It's okay, so it's a gold back currency. Yes.
Yeah. Then no. Yeah. I say no.
It's not a token. It's better than a fiat token, which is pretty much every crypto. But I don't mind the idea of a digital currency that is backed by real money. I mean, but see, there's dangers with that. There's reasons our founding fathers didn't want to do it. Yeah.
Don't put your wealth, if you're going to use it
that's
to
not
transact.
Stacking. That's not stacking.
Great. Yeah. Just like crypto. If you want to use crypto for a transaction, great. No problem. Don't store your wealth in it, though.
Yeah, like the 0.0000001% of crypto owners do.
Right.
They don't transact in it.
Yeah, if you could buy and sell stuff with this Kinesis Gold or whatever,
sure.
Great. Yeah. That's amazing.
That I would consider. I really would.
No problem with it.
But that's not stacking.
Don't store your wealth in it. Just use it for a transaction if you can. Garbage Man Mike, will we return to the gold standard ever?
Only if they're forced to after a collapse. Not willingly.
Yeah.
They will never do it willingly. Central banks will never do that.
It'd have to be after World War III, right?
Yeah, or something very bad. I do think a reset is coming. I think that's going to be either after conflict or after a global agreement among central banks to revalue currency. They know it's coming. They have to do it at some point. But I don't see it being gold or silver backed. I don't. That limits them. That's counterproductive in their minds. They're a bunch of
Exactly.
Keynesians. They don't believe in this stuff.
They're trying to go the other way.
Right.
They want it all digital. You can't track and trace gold or silver, like physical coins. You can't do it.
Nope. All right, we got 5 minutes left. Do we have time for one or two more before we do the giveaway, or should we just?
I'm having fun. We're
I know
here
this
talking,
is fun.
We're going.
This is fun. Great questions.
We need to do this more often.
Well, we do this twice a month, right? Every other week. Summer's been kind of difficult. You and I have been on vacations, but that's what we try to do every other week.
Business trips, Yankee. Business trips.
Yeah, don't give me that. I know where you went. So, but every other week we try to do this. Next time it'll be on Silver Dragon's channel. All right, so definitely subscribe. Well, to mine would be nice, but definitely subscribe to Silver Dragon's channel. Hit the bell so you won't miss the next SilverPros over on his channel.
Yeah,
that's great.
I do appreciate that. And we did have a spot deal released on my channel today, which sold out in under 15 minutes.
It was under 10, dude. It was under 10. It was under 10. It was under 10. It was so fast.
And I will say this too: the spot deal, the bullion dealer, they ended up doing way more than they were initially going to give out at spot. And there was a issue with the limiting on like how many you could buy. It was supposed to be one per person, I think, and someone snagged 50.
Oops! I saw that. That's got to be fixed. They got to fix that.
No, they fixed it. But every order that was placed, they said we will honor it. So that was pretty cool.
Awesome. But let's end the poll, guys. This is interesting. I'm not really all that surprised, but you guys really are not looking forward to having King Charles III on the coins, are you?
What was the result?
2-1 margin. Do you want King Charles III on new coins? 63 said no.
Wow.
I know. You know, he's too egotistical not to say. I mean, they don't have to. I don't think there's a law that says they have to put it on there.
It's a law.
It's a law. Is it really?
Oh, yeah. It's gotta be.
You're sure? Oh, sorry. We're both guessing here. If somebody in the chat knows, I want to know. Somebody from Canada, somebody from, over the pond, tell me, is it a law that they have to put the monarch on their coins?
If it's not a law, it's
Oh, it's customary. They'll do it.
Strongly recommend it.
They'll do it.
They don't want to die, all right? They're going to do it. It has to be a law. Yeah, there's no way it's not.
All right, so we got 3 minutes left. We are going to do the giveaway of this from SD Bullion, the sponsor of my SilverPros live stream here, and it is the 1 ounce SD Bullion Silver Freedom Round. Okay, before you put stuff in the chat, I do want to say one.
They're all saying it is a law. I just want to throw that out.
It's a law or a gaw? I see gaw. I think you're missing.
Oh, my gosh. No, they said it's Commonwealth law.
Oh, if it's Commonwealth law, so be it. All right. They would know better than I would. I'm not an expert on Commonwealth law.
Neither am I, but I just figured.
Well, I guess too. How could it not, right? Please, guys, check out. I'm going to put it in the chat here. https://sdbullion.com/Yankee to enter. Right there's the link to enter for the 500 American Silver Eagle Monster Box sweepstakes. Yes.
January 1st, right?
It's at the end of the year. Yep. And you don't want to miss that. So if you haven't signed up for that, please do. You'll also get notified of some cool deals that are coming up.
Also, you want to get on SD Bullion's mailing list because we have Black Friday deals coming up.
Yep.
And they had some really good deals last year.
They did. Yep.
Just get on there. Like, I don't know why people aren't on every bullion dealer's mailing list. Like,
you've got to know what's going on. Yeah.
I mean, there's 15 dealers out there, but definitely SD Bullion. And this is a sweet giveaway that they're doing today. So thanks for that.
Right here, 6%. This is 6%. That's not bad. I want more buffaloes. Anyway,
especially because when they get them from the mint, they pay 3%. Mm-hmm. All 1 ounce, they pay 3% from the mint. So, and SD Bullion's not an authorized purchaser, so they're buying it wholesale, probably at 5%.
Right.
So what? They're doing a 1% markup. I mean, that's a really good deal.
It is. All right, so guys, this is your chance to get in on the giveaway for this Freedom round. Put something in the chat right now. Don't have slow mode on. It's now 10 o'clock. You got to get something in really quick. We're going to wrap this live stream up. Right now, I want to see you get him in there. So I see some
did we
names.
go over already? Yankee,
no,
you're running the show,
I didn't go over.
Don't blame me.
It's
I'm
10
just
o'clock
the guest.
Eastern. I didn't go over.
I'm literally the guest. If it goes over, that's on you. You could end it at whatever you want.
Does
I'm
it
just
make?
saying.
What am I
Don't
penalized?
put this on me.
Do I have to
Don't
give
put this
away?
on
Do I have to
me.
give away a Britannia now because I have?
Probably.
No,
Double
that's
giveaway.
not. That is not part.
Do a poll.
That
so
is
they
not
want a double giveaway.
Doing a poll on that.
Got to get 90%.
Okay, look at the time. Let's just grab all these names. Participants. Yeah, the participants list is pretty much all there. Hold on one second.
Someone said they're fighting.
Hold on, guys.
You should hear us off stream. No.
No, really. They really should. It's hilarious.
It's kind of funny. We don't
have
really
a blast.
bicker, but we're good friends.
Yeah, we kind of bicker for fun. Yeah, a little.
You try and push my buttons, if anything.
Oh, come on, bro. You push mine all the time. What are you talking about? Totally the other way around. You wind me up.
Spin this thing, Yankee.
All right,
Who's going to win?
All right, let's shuffle it up. Actually, hold on.
This is for the freedom round,
no,
right?
I know, but there's just one I have to do. Oh, MR coins. Just saying. It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke. All right, here we go. Shuffle, and spin.
People are laughing.
Here we go.
People are laughing.
I know. And you win a sticker, too. You win a SilverPros sticker. So
Yankee's going to mail it to you.
I'll mail it to you. Yep.
Andrew,
old dude, aspiring alchemist.
Seth,
Margo.
Silver Aura.
This is going to, well, maybe not as close.
Oh, Valerie.
I know. Sorry,
She
Valerie.
asked earlier, is my chat working? Clearly it's working.
The Silver Aura. Please email me at yankeestacking@gmail.com, your mailing address. By the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. The giveaway from SD Bullion is only open to United States mailing addresses.
Right.
All right. So just want to reiterate that. So I hope the Silver Aura, you have a United States mailing address. But if you do, email me at yankeestacking@gmail.com. All right.
Yeah, most of the people do.
Yeah, most.
Or at least maybe you know someone here you could give it to or send it to or something.
Exactly. Just email me. Let me know what's up. All right. Silver Aura is from Pakistan. Okay.
They're not.
All right. Okay.
They're just saying.
I know he is. I don't believe anything Raybar says. All right, guys. We're done. We're wrapping it up now. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time.
Stack like a pro.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.